I nearly gave birth to this little one in the hospital car park. Let me tell you what happened. This is baby Rowan. He is now a week old and he came very quickly and suddenly last Saturday. I was not expecting to give birth to him as quickly as I did. I don't really know what I was expecting. This is my third baby, but I was in denial that I was in labour. I did a whole video already the morning of, and I was having contractions. They weren't very regular. They weren't that strong in the morning, obviously, because they ramp up. But I was adamant that I was not past 6 centimetres when we left to go to the hospital. So what happened was that in the morning, obviously, I was just having contractions as and when. There was no rhyme or reason to them. I just thought it was like fake labour, like my body was just preparing, and maybe labour would start maybe that night or the next day, or maybe not at all. The morning was fine, and then it got to the afternoon, and I was like, you know what? I think this could be labour. So my husband phoned his mum, my mother-in-law, to come because she's going to look after my other 2 kids whilst I'm in hospital. I did for a good chunk of time say to my husband to not bother contacting her, because I was just thinking, she's going to come here, my contractions are going to stop, it's going to be a massive waste of her time. The worst that can happen is she comes here, she spends a day with the kids, my contractions don't start, she goes home the next day. It is what it is. So she arrived. I then sat on my birthing ball, you know, one of those like exercise balls, in the office by myself, listening to music, watching Friends, listening to podcasts, just minding my business, breathing through the irregular contractions I was having. I was not having them regularly, I was having them. I could talk through them though when I was speaking to my husband. They weren't very severe, but I was just sort of just sitting by myself in the room, getting in the zone, just letting myself just get on with it. Got later on in the day, I decided to have a shower because I just thought maybe a shower would help. I remember reading online that having a shower can sometimes help when you do have contractions, because like the water on top of your bump can like help ease pain. I don't know. And then I sat in our bedroom on the birthing ball again and was breathing through contractions. Honestly, I don't know what I was thinking, but I was not thinking I was in labour. I was having, when I look at the timer now, I did start timing them, and I think I timed them for about an hour, and they were every 5 minutes. However, they were not a minute each, and that's what threw me off, because I thought they had to be a minute long each every 5 minutes, and they were like 20 seconds, 45 seconds, a minute, 25 seconds, 45 seconds. They were never any like actual every 5 minutes, 1 minute pattern at all. So I was just adamant I was not in full proper labour. I was thinking this is too early, no point going to hospital. And I have always said my birth plan was always no intervention, no medical, no medicines, no epidural, nothing like that. I wanted just to go to the birthing unit, be in the water and give birth to this baby without any pain relief, apart from gas in it. I had fully convinced myself I was going to be 6 centimetres, and I had pretty much said to myself upstairs when I was on my birthing ball, I am having an epidural. I'm getting to hospital, and if I'm anything less than 7 centimetres, I'm having an epidural. I'm exhausted. I don't want to do this anymore. I've had enough. I still have to get to 10 centimetres and then obviously push. I'm having an epidural. This time it's like 7 o'clock. My husband and my mother-in-law put our other 2 kids to bed. And I was just, as I said, breathing through these contractions, thinking I was adamant I was 6 centimetres. I was adamant. I don't know why I thought I was 6 centimetres. And I just got to 7:30 and I was like, you know what, let's go to hospital, because let's just get checked out, see what the deal is, and I'm going to have that epidural. Got in the car at 7:35. My sister texts me at 7:34 because it's my dad's birthday on the Saturday, the same day he was born, and she texts me saying, you've got 5 hours left to have this baby, to have birthday twins. Having some contraction in the car, I've got my music playing in my headphones, blaring that into my ears, just focusing on the music. Having contractions every so often, but I literally remember one point just literally sitting in the car like a normal passenger, staring at the traffic thinking, what's the point of going to hospital? I'm not going to be far along dilated. We stopped at a red light, and all of a sudden I had a contraction, and then I screamed because my waters broke. My waters broke. I felt his head drop. I thought I've either pooped my pants or I can feel this baby's head. I was like, this is, oh my God. I was literally propped up, holding onto the handlebar of the car, whatever it's called. So I didn't want to sit back into the water, obviously. I screamed because the water breaking was a massive surprise. I did not expect it. Stuck at a red light, finally get round, got to another red light just outside the hospital. It's the longest red light of my life. Get to the hospital around 8 o'clock. There's nowhere to park. My husband's honking his horn at the poor person in front of us. My husband then illegally parked in an ambulance bay right outside the hospital because there's no, we weren't going to be driving up the blinking multi-storey car park to find somewhere to park. I couldn't do it. A scene from Casualty. If there is CCTV of this, I would like to see it because it'd be quite funny to watch. I open the car door, I fall onto all fours. There's a man standing outside the hospital smoking a cigarette. He throws his cigarette. He then grabs this wheelchair, runs over to me. I cannot sit on this wheelchair because I'm in so much pain. There's no way I could sit down. My husband runs inside the hospital, tells the receptionist what's going on. She then does her special code thing for the midwife to come rushing down. I'm then surrounded by people who I don't know saying, are you in labour? How far along are you? Then all of a sudden I see there's midwives there. I'm half expecting them to start putting up a fence around me so I can start giving birth in the car park outside, because I was like, there's no way I'm going to get on that chair, cannot sit down. But the midwives sort of hoist me up, sit me on this chair, and they are running me through the hospital. I'm screeching, saying, why have I done this to myself? Because I'm panicking now, because I realise I'm going to have to push this baby out. I had no gas in here, no more time for an epidural. Everything is a disaster because I've now set myself up for giving birth absolutely medication free. I'm running through the hospital screaming, scaring all the families around me. I'm in the lift. The midwives are saying, just wait, as if that's possible. Anyway, finally managed to get into the labour room. They say to me, I'm going to have to take your trousers off. And I'm thinking, just do what you got to do. Laying on the bed. And all of a sudden, I'm pushing. 2 pushes later, out he comes. I've given birth. I should have left the house earlier. It was a lot of drama. My husband then went back downstairs to move the car. The man still outside smoking a cigarette. He gave me a handshake, said congratulations.